Hi guys, and welcome back to my black screen series. This is episode 24. Um, it should be episode 25. I'm exactly a week late with this episode. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, I'll try and make another video. Who knows? Yeah, no promises. I could possibly do it after this. Got a bit to talk about, but anyway, yeah, things are going good. Um, I've yeah, I should really listen to the last episode when I do this because time goes by and I don't know what I've told you guys. Not sure where I was at when I uploaded the last video. um. Anyway, I've got a bit of progress done on the Cybertruck. That's the main thing. Um. All the body panels are made. Uh. The wheel arches, I've cut all the material for them. I've just got to cut the angles on it to the right length, and I've already worked out the angle. It's all good. And then yeah, so that's the entire exterior done. Haven't cut out the roof or the windscreen. My mate's coming hopefully tomorrow with a tool to cut that, so I might get that cut tomorrow. I Once I got all the panels cut, I then moved on to how I'm going to mount the panels, and I decided that I wanted the panels removable. So what I could do was put screws through the panels so it could be unscrewed, but that looks ugly. I don't want screw holes. The Cybertruck doesn't have screw holes all over it, so I don't want that either. So I decided that I could make some, because um, the body panels are all made out of ply at the moment, temporarily, until I got enough money to buy the polycarbonate material that has a stainless steel appearance to it, a fake stainless steel appearance. I think it's aluminium. Yeah, it is. So anyway, hang on a sec. So I've I've worked out that if I make little blocks and glue them with an two-part epoxy resin like araldite, I can glue them in strategic places all over the panel, and then screw those blocks to the steel frame that I've already made, and that holds them in place. I was worried today. I was nervous because I glued the first panel, used a whole tube of glue just on one panel. And yeah, I then got clamps all over the place and put weight on it, and so the Cybertruck was up on its side and the panel was on top, and then I just had to wait, and it's supposed to set in like 5 minutes and be proper hard in like 12 hours or something. But yeah, after about half an hour, it started to rain, and some of the things that I was using to hold the panel down, put weight on the panel, were my power tools. So I had to go out and rescue all that. And I thought, I really don't want to leave these clamps out in the rain, and I really didn't want to carry the Cybertruck out of the rain. I just couldn't be bothered. The frame's already got some surface rust on it from being rained on around where the worlds are, so I need to wire brush all the worlds anyway and hit it with primer and more fish oil. But yeah, so it must have only been like 30 seconds or a minute of, yeah, not even a minute of rain, and it was only light. But yeah, I thought it was going to get heavier and heavier and then bucket down because the clouds looked quite threatening, but it just stopped. But at that stage I'd already packed the tools away and undid all the clamps and put them away, and I thought, oh, it stopped raining. Here's the time to test the panel out. I was going to wait till in the morning, but I thought, might as well do it now. I'll flip it over. If it doesn't drop straight away and it doesn't drop overnight, it's going to hold, and I'm pretty sure it's going to hold. So yeah, so I flipped it over and it held, and yeah, I was quite impressed at how strong it is. I didn't want to push too hard, but I gave it a push from the inside, trying to see if it'll let go, and it was pretty strong. So there's a couple of spots where I want to put a bit more glue, but it's all good. I was just a bit low on glue, so I had to spread it out. I only had the one tube, and I was doing a whole panel. So I've also made mounts for most of the front end and part of the other side. Wasn't until I was part way through making the mounts on that side that I've already glued that I thought, oh, I should be cutting two of everything because I've got the other side to do. So I started cutting two of everything, but I've got to go back and cut the earlier ones that I only cut one of. Then I've got to mount all them to the frame, and then we flip it over on its other side and get some more glue, and we glue down the other side. Then the panels can be unscrewed again, and they can be sanded, primed and painted. Then there's same thing around the front end, the three nose pieces. The bonnet or frunk lid, it only needs a hinge, so I don't need to make mounts for that. The frame where the hinge is going is already in place. It'll need a latch at the other end, but we'll worry about that later. At the back I won't have a lid for the vault or the ute area, the cargo area. I will eventually, but I won't initially. But yeah, I've got to put the surround in and leave room for the tracks that'll go in later on. So yeah, the surround's getting glued on, and all the windows and the window frames are getting glued on, and also the windscreen. The roof, just like the front lid, gets hinged. Sorry about the weird words if you don't know anything about the Cybertruck. The frunk is a trunk in the front. That's what they call the under the bonnet where the motor wouldn't traditionally go in a car. It's quite a small area. I won't have storage there because that's where my feet go, where the pedals are under that. So what else? Oh, and the vault is the rear cargo area where on a utility vehicle in America you guys call them a truck or a pickup. But yeah, here in Australia we call them a utility. Yeah, ute's the common name for them. So yeah, the cargo area in the back of that, on the Cybertruck, it's called the vault, and that's because of its construction. It's very vault-like, and it's got a roller shutter kind of lid on it, and a big solid door for the tailgate. One thing that the production model of the Cybertruck doesn't have that I will have will be the ramp. So the prototype had a ramp, and I copied that. There's a few differences from mine to the prototype, and there's also a few differences from mine to the production model. So I've got a sort of happy medium. I've got a couple of things from the future and a couple of things from the past, so we don't quite have a prototype version, and definitely don't have a production version. So it's a copy of neither. But yeah, it's more a copy of the prototype version, especially when it comes to size. So it's 40% scale to the prototype, and then Elon Musk made this size, or they at Tesla decided to make the size of it 5% smaller. So the production version ended up 5% smaller than the prototype, and I don't know how that affects my math. I guess mine's 5% too big to be called a 40% version. I don't know. I'm not sure how the math works out. Maybe someone's clever enough to understand that and they can answer in the comments. But yeah, I don't really care. I'll still call it a 40% version. In actual fact, the numbers are slightly all over the place. There's there's 41%, like 41.5%. There's 42%, and just over 40%. So in actual fact, mine's slightly bigger than 40%. Probably around 41, 42. I don't know. You've got to take an average because I've got different measurements. So although it's very close to scale, there's some slight variations, and that's how that happened. So width-wise, I'm just pulling these numbers out of thin air. They aren't even accurate, but let's say width-wise I'm 42%, length-wise I'm 41%, and height-wise I'm 40.5%. You know what I mean? Like, it's different, slight differences because the actual length versus the length that I tried to achieve. When we went from my template to me making the real deal out of steel, once it's made in steel, there's no lengthening it or I mean, you can cut it down, make it shorter, you can weld bits on and make it longer, but yeah, your length is your length. As where before I had timber and real estate signs, so it wasn't all that accurate. So now I've got accurate measurements and I can measure it accurately and get down to the millimeter, and then do the mathematics and figure out from that how close to 40% I was, because that was the original goal, and it turned out I was slightly over somehow. I don't know. But anyway, enough of that boring you about sizes on the Cybertruck. Let me think. So yeah, I'm a day or two from payday, and once I get paid, I'll be able to grab a few things and want some more glue and bits and pieces and paint and sandpaper. So I get the belt sander onto these panels, get them sanded up nicely, get all the edges sanded, get it primed and then painted, and then we can put the panels on for good. But I don't want to do that until I got the rest of the frame done, because there's only a chance of damaging the panels, scratching them or breaking them. So we'll leave them off while we build the floor framework and the suspension, and we'll just have a bare running frame when we first test it up and down the driveway. Once I decide it works, then I'll bring it inside, put all the panels on, and chuck the dogs in it, and we'll take it for a test ride. So yeah, can't wait for that. And yeah, it's hopefully only a matter of weeks away. So anyway, I'm gonna cut this short, guys. Can't tell you everything in one video. No, there's nothing. There's no real news or anything. Yeah, dogs are good. They're happy. They're healthy. I just let out a snore. Anyway, thanks for being here, guys. We weren't worried about a secret word this episode. No one bothers with them anyway. But yeah, if you want to drop a comment down below, please do so. Appreciate it. I appreciate the few of you that do listen, and I guess some of you might be regulars, and there's probably only a few of you. But yeah, like I said before, it wouldn't matter to me if no one listened to these. I know eventually, even when I'm dead, they'll probably get listened to. But yeah, I'm not worried about the views on these videos. I'm more worried about me talking. I'm treating it like a diary. I'm treating it like a therapy session. I'm also trying to educate everyone about my life and how I live and what my goals and dreams are and where I'm at and what I'm doing. So yeah. And yeah, if anyone wants to know anything in particular, just ask away in the comments and I can answer. I do read the comments. Sometimes I don't notice them straight away, because it's, yeah, YouTube's weird like that. Get notifications sometimes and other times you don't. And like the times that you don't, when someone's like messaged you for the first time and expecting you to pretty much answer straight away because you've only just uploaded the video or something, or a day ago, you know what I mean? And then you don't. And they're like, what? Yeah, and then a month later you're going through your videos and you notice there's a comment on there. You click on it, read the comment. You're like, oh, how come I didn't notice this a month ago? And you finally comment. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Love yous all heaps, and really appreciate you listening. And stay tuned for the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.